What's up? What's up? What's up? This is your boy Augustine once again. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Chef for the truckers, man. I had to come out. I know you guys, I was making some simple stuff. The first two videos, we made grilled cheese. The second video, the first grill, we made some soup. Now today, I'm going to make some white rice with some corn. Now, these are the corns that I get, the cans. You don't have to get the big ones, but these are the small ones. You can eat this in one serving and stuff when you make it for yourself. Now, what I got to do, I got a little secret that I do with my rice and stuff on how to do these. Some people they like heating up their corn and stuff and putting butter in it and everything else. Have you ever tasted the juice from here? Open it up one day, get a little spoon and taste it. The thing is sweet and it tastes just like corn. I'm going to teach you how to use this, some of the water, to make your rice, taste sweet a little bit, but with corn and stuff. So, today's a special treat. We got steak and we got shrimp. Okay, so we're gonna have white rice with steak and shrimp and some corn. Okay, so this is gonna be me showing you or whatever, right? So when we're gonna start, further ado, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna try to put this over here. Okay, that's where we're gonna do it. We're gonna put it over here so you can see the time. You should be able to see that time and stuff. All right, so the first thing you want to do is that you want to get your rice starting first, right? Because this is going to take about 15-20 minutes itself. Okay, so I got a bottle of water here. I got my seasonings here: olive oil, Cajun seasoning, garlic pepper, garlic powder for the shrimp and everything. Of course, a can of corn. So what you want to do first is that you want to sit up here and get a cup of water first, because I'm going to make 1 cup. So you need 2 cups of water. So this is 1 cup all the way to the top. All the way to the top. Pour that in. That's 1 cup. Okay, now what I do is I open this up, right? The corn, right? And then what I do to hold this stuff in here, I put a half a cup of this. A half a cup or whatever it takes. It should give you like a half a cup. So when you drain it, it should be like a half a cup. So that's a half a cup. Okay, then you pour the rest water. Okay, and go just like that. And then what I do, the rice. Okay, you're gonna do a cup of rice. Okay, remember we put 2 cups of water, 1 cup of rice. Okay, that's how it goes. All right, even when you make it at home, inside a big pot over the stove and over the stove, you're gonna have to put it on high. All right, let's go 1 cup. See, it's 1 cup all the way filled to the top. Okay, it's 1 cup. Okay, go ahead and pour that in there. And then what I like to do, I like to get a rubber band, right? And I like to tie up the rice. But right now I'm just gonna twist it, lean it up against something so it won't open up. Then of course, since you did water first, normally you're supposed to normally put the rice first, but so it won't stick to the cup. So just make sure you run your fingers in here and just get all this rice out. Okay, and then what I do is I stir it. You know what I'm saying? I stir it. Okay, so I get to stir it. Okay, and then what I do is I set it on, put it on, then I put the lid on. Okay, now you don't want to start the steak right now, because the rice is going to take you at least a good 15 minutes to cook. Sometimes 20 minutes to cook, depending on each how this machine does it. You know what I'm saying? Some machines might take a little faster, some machines might take the whole 20 minutes. But when you put this thing down, for a lot of your new females and male who are cooking in a rice cooker, once you put this down to cook, it'll automatically pop up and it'll go to warm. Instead of saying cooking, when you push it down, it'll say cook. And then when it pops up, it'll say warm. That's when you know the rice is done. Okay? So when you're doing that, if you haven't already set up with your steak and shrimp and you taking out the bag, because what I do is this. Normally this is what I do when I first go shopping. I'll break everything down, season it up. So I got seasoning in here, Cajun, garlic pepper. I got some some Cajun seasoning in here with olive oil in here. You know what I'm saying? This is what I normally do when I sit for my 34 and I go shopping. The first thing I do is run over to Walmart, go my little shopping, come back, break all my food down, my meats and everything into little, you know, sizes to where it's a lot easier to fit that inside here instead of a big old package. You know what I'm saying? Right now I don't have that much in it, so it's okay for me to have the package. But when I go fully all out and I know I'm going to be cooking and eating every single day, you know what I'm saying? That's what I do. I end up putting it in Ziploc bags, put it in there. And like I said, the way I got my refrigerator is that I got everything where you put it in there, it gets icy, it gets cold. It keeps my food fresher. Like I said, I got a cooler in the front seat. That's why I put all my water, my cooler, everything. Okay. So that's the whole thing. I gotta pause real quick. Okay, and we'll go from there. Okay, so once again, I had to answer a phone call, man. It was a job asking me what's up, what's up, what's up. Telling me I had to be over here cooking for my peoples and stuff, you know. So once again, we cooking steak, shrimp, like surf and turf kind of thing, you know what I'm saying, with some rice. And you want to start the rice first. So when you first come out and you set this up, you want to immediately right away just start, put your 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water, set it to cook, put it on, and then let it go. And then after that, you grab your packaging or whatever it is, steak, chicken, whatever you're gonna do to put on the grill. Then you go ahead and get that all prepared. So some people like getting whole steak. Some people like that. What this is right here, this steak is like a beef steak, like stew steak. They got it already pre-cut at Walmart. Okay. Also, the chicken is pre-cut. Okay. The shrimp, I just got big shrimp. I like the big shrimp, not the little shrimp. So the big shrimp, and the shrimp is already pre-cooked, so you don't really have to cook it that long. So that's gonna, excuse me, that's gonna be the last thing you put on the grill when you're gonna cook it. It's only gonna take maybe about 5 minutes or whatever to heat up and make it nice and hot. Make sure the seasoning's in. I'm gonna put some butter up and down there. You know what I'm saying? So we are going to have, you know what I'm saying, we're going to have a pretty nice meal. Okay. So if you have some kind of knife or whatever, and you got a steak and you want to chop it all up, then this is the time right now that you want to do it and prepare and get everything prepared. And always get a plate, and always end up getting the plate and end up preparing your stuff on the plate, is a lot easier. Now once I turn this on over here, I'm gonna wait about 10 minutes almost. Okay, wait almost about 10 minutes before I start cooking it. Then I'll put the meat on first, let the meat cook first, take its time or whatever while this is cooking. Okay, so while this is cooking, you know, we just gonna have a great old time here. Just think. So man, I wish you guys were here, man, because I'm smelling the shrimp. I'm already smelling the steak. It's not even cooked yet. I can smell the seasonings on it. You know what I'm saying? So excuse me for my truck. I don't know what's going on, man. It's always beeping all the time because I got this on. And when I put this on, hopefully my truck starts, you know, and you know, we can have it running and it can charge everything up. We won't have no issues or whatever. So with all said and done, man, hopefully that turns on or whatever. So right now the rice is cooking. I got corn here. So what I do with the corn is that I wait for the water to get down to the very top of the rice, and then what I do is I end up pouring the corn on top of the rice, and then when you cover it back up, the rest of that water that needs to soak out and everything, the steam that comes up will heat up your corn. And then once your rice is done and the thing pops up to warm, then you go ahead and stir it, make sure everything is okay or whatever. Okay, so with that said or whatever, right now we got this cooking. It's already really hot, you know what I'm saying, and you can already see the steam coming out and everything else. So then, like I said before, the rice cooker heats up really fast because it has to cook rice within 15 minutes, so it has to heat up real fast. That's one of the reasons why I like the rice cooker when you got to do a lot of other stuff. Now sometimes what I do is that I'll boil some water, right, and then I will go ahead and use that water for I would use that water to make mashed potatoes, instant mashed potatoes. So I'll heat the water up here, and I'll let it go ahead and heat up the water. When the water gets really, really hot, I'll just pour the water in one of my Tupperware bowls, like maybe about this big or whatever. And then what we'll do is that we'll make the mashed potatoes in there. I'll do that another day, another time. So right now, this is what's gonna happen. It looks like bubbles, like like detergent bubbles, but it's not. That's actually what happens when it's boiling and stuff like that. You'll see all the bubbles come up and stuff like that or whatever. Okay, because it's cooking the rice really fast and stuff. So in the next couple of minutes, in about another minute or so, I'm gonna go ahead and, like, when it hits about, I want to say 10, but I might just do 11 or 12, and then I'll start throwing the steak on. Okay, I'll throw some butter on there because I like cooking in butter. You know what I'm saying? As far as, I'll take that back. I'm gonna use olive oil for the steak. Put a little bit of oil on there. Throw the steak on there, and then on one side of the pan, on that side, when I'm ready to throw the shrimp on, I'll throw a lot of butter on that side, and then cook the shrimp on that side. Okay, so it's a process, and you guys will get it. It's not that hard to do. So the whole point is that you got to make sure you understand that you got to start this first. And if you start a timer or a clock, then you know that if you have a timer, it's better for you, because then you know when to start and when to start cooking, and so forth and so forth. So with that said or whatever, I just want you guys to understand that we're gonna turn and burn here, buddy. Turn and burn. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna turn and burn. Okay? So right now, a lot of times I'll leave this up and the bubbles will go down, and I can see this water still on top of the rice. So then what I do, because me, myself, to be honest truth, I'll eat the corn right out the can. I'll just pour it right on my plate when my food is done, because I like crispy corn. I like the corn to be like crisp when I chew on it or whatever, and it still keeps its like juices in it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you boil it or you put it in water and you put butter, yeah, it's gonna taste like butter or whatever, but it's gonna be kind of, it won't be, that crunchy taste. So I just might do that, but I just want to show you what I do towards the end on the rice. I'll put the corn in there for some of you people who like the corn to be hot when you have your meal and stuff. So I'm gonna show you a little trick how to throw it in there towards the end almost. Throw it in there, and the steam and everything will heat up your corn and everything. All right, so for right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some olive oil, and I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna plug this in. Okay, I'm gonna plug that in. Hopefully my truck's starting. I don't have to hear the beeping all the time. We don't have to hear the beeping all the time. So what I do is I put this on 300, a little bit past 300, or I might just have to start my truck, because this is ridiculous, So what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put a little olive oil on top of here. Okay, a little olive oil up here. And just remember this, man. You got a little tray that's right here on the side that that the thing comes with. Just make sure that's in. And what I do is I move the oil around. And then what I do is I'll come over here and just go ahead and drop this in there. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna start my truck. This don't make no sense, man. I don't know why it should be turning on and stuff. Every time it gets to a certain thing, it should be coming on. But instead it's not. It just keeps beeping. Which I don't get. That's a truck for you, man. Every truck is different. You know what I'm saying? So alright, so now what we did is we put this on, we got the meat on. It's gonna start sizzling in a few minutes. Okay? So you see it's 13 minutes already. And already, the rice is almost there. The water's almost down to the bottom. Not to the bottom, almost to the top already. So the only thing we got left is just the shrimp to put on once it starts cooking or whatever. Okay? So everything is up and going. So once again, if you guys like the video, you're more than welcome, man, to put the thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not asking for a subscription, subscribe, or whatever, but do the notifications so when I do put something else on, you can see that I got it up. If you wish to follow, go ahead and follow, my man, or ladies, whichever one. You know what I'm saying? So if you have something that you want me to cook for you, or, you know, something else, because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some salmon and stuff like that, or some cod or something like that, and I'll show you. I fry inside here. Like, I put oil, about that much oil in it, and I do my fish, and I'll flip it and everything, and I put it here, and I get my grill, and I will end up making like grilled bread. You know what I'm saying? So when I have a fish sandwich or whatever, or I have my fish, I make mashed potatoes. You know what I'm saying? I boil the water first, get that water out to the side, make my mashed potatoes, and then go ahead and put the oil in here, and then go ahead and let this thing get hot. You know what I'm saying? Let it get hot. So with all that said and done, you know what I'm saying? You know, we'll end up doing something. I gotta cook some fish, chicken. I gotta do some wings up in here. You know, yeah, I do a little bit of everything. We gotta do some breakfast stuff over here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to let you know. Hope that you can see this over here. The rice is cooking here. So, you know, we're going to try to do what we can inside a truck, because, you know, we drive 9, 10, 11 hours a day. And you know what? We don't want to take too long on cooking inside a truck and even be more tired and be falling asleep. And, you know what I'm saying? We want to be able to go inside, take a shower, come back out, you know, set up our food and everything, you know, so start cooking and only take up less than 30 minutes, man. We don't want to take too long cooking or whatever. So with all said and done, man, you know, we just want to be able to handle what we're doing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We want to be able to go ahead and have our food, you know. So I'm gonna pause it, but the time is still gonna be running, so you can see how much time I got. I'm gonna jump in the front real quick, start my truck so I don't have to hear this noise. Getting tired of this noise. It'll be driving you crazy. So what I'm gonna do, no, man, I ain't gonna pause it. You know what I'm saying? So, but what I'm gonna do, let me see something real quick. All right. See, normally when it hits 12.1, that's when it's supposed to start the truck. Right now it's at 12.5. But I think what it is that, you know, since we got these two appliances going on, it's pulling some juice, and it's putting a little bit too much juice. All right. So some trucks, you guys have big inverters and stuff like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you guys having the inverters, the big inverters, you guys won't have this problem. You know, you guys won't have this problem at all. You know, so with all said and done, you know, the meat's looking pretty good. It's starting to come out good. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I always want to like to turn it. Sometimes you can use a spatula, but the spatula sometimes we just keep flipping it over to the same side and stuff. So, all right. So, once again, now you look at your rice. If you don't see the water on top, that means that you can go ahead and pour the corn in. So what I do is I take the corn and I just pour it on top, all on top, just separate it. You know what I'm saying? And then go ahead and put it in there. Now what that's going to do, it's going to go ahead and steam the corn for the rest of the time that it's going to be cooking. Now once again, when this pops up to warm, your rice is done. Okay? So with all said and done, you know, I'm trying to see if we can get this bad boy going. See, because every once in a while, when you hear it beeping, it turns off these things right here. See, when it starts beeping, it turns it off. Like it'll shut it down a little bit until it shuts off. And when it shuts off, that's when it ends up coming back on. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and move this. Put it nice and flat on your bed right here. It's not going to burn it. You're only gonna be a quick second. So I'm gonna run and turn on my truck. Okay. I'll be there right now. Okay. Yeah, of course, it's still gonna be. Like I said, it's because of the how much power it's pulling. So when you got two things like that, if you got a big inverter, it won't be a problem for you to cook with the stuff or whatever. You hear that sizzling now, huh? Hear that sizzling now, huh? That truck's on. You know, so now everybody likes cooking different. Everybody likes using different seasonings. It's all up to you. You don't have to use what I use. I know what I like on my food and how I like it. So, you know, I use extra virgin olive oil because the good oil gives a good flavor. Um, you know, and a lot of meats that you cook, like steak, chicken, or whatever. Also, I like putting a little of that over my rice and then throw some more seasoning like Cajun or powder. But I mostly throw the Cajun because I like the spicy taste to it. But for the most part, you know, I try to. There's some other seasonings that I have. You know, when I want to do something like kind of like a barbecue kind of thing. So I got like a barbecue kind of rub up there where I can just sprinkle on my meat or my chicken and go ahead and fry it and stuff like that or whatever. There's different ways I'm going to show you how to cook. Okay, it's going to be simple ways. It's going to be there. If you're more of a breakfast guy or a breakfast person, you know, just go ahead and comment and say, hey, can you make a little bit more breakfast? Can you make you know, an egg sandwich? Can you do this? Can you do that? Whatever you want me to do on this grill, I can do it. If you want a full course breakfast, like I said, I'll buy the little hash brown patties that are already pre-made. Only thing you gotta do is throw some butter in here, slap it on there, or bacon or sausage, and then your eggs are always gonna be last. You want to cook your stuff first, your bacon, your sausage, all that stuff first. At the last thing, when you know you're gonna about to take off your bacon and all that stuff or whatever, that's when you want to throw your eggs on there, and that's when you want to start cooking, you know, cooking your eggs and stuff like that, so everything can be fresh. One thing that you might want to do, I don't know if you want to do that. What I do, what I like to do. What you can do is also get a toaster. You know what I'm saying? Get a toaster and toast your bread if that's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So the whole point is that you know you can do whatever you got to do. You know, and so you just got to know that you got to do what you want to do, um, and you just got to make sure that you know you like what you like. Yeah, this steak is gonna get nice and brown, nice and brown. So now, what I want to do is I want to put the shrimp on because I got a funny feeling this rice is almost done. It's gonna be done in the next, I'd say, next 2 or 3 minutes. Okay. Um, so what I like doing, is I want to get some butter. I like a lot of butter when it comes to my shrimp. So I put it up here, you know, and I don't mind mixing it with the grease or whatever of the steak. And even once in a while, I like throwing some. I'll get that up right now. I like putting some. You know how when they go to these restaurants, they put butter on the thing. You know, so all right, the rice just popped up. Hear that little clicking noise? So the rice just popped up. All right, so that's letting me know that the rice is done already. All right. So now what I do is I take my shrimp and I throw it over here. You know, put it all up in that butter. let it soak this stuff up. You know what I'm saying? Soak this stuff up. Let that cook for 1 or 2 minutes on each side, and that should be done. Okay? That should be done. Okay? So what I'm going to do right now is what I like to do with my rice when it's done is that I'll stir it so I can get that, you know, the corn and the rice. Ooh, that looks good. Smells good too. You know what I'm saying? So get that rice and everything going. Then what I do is I unplug one of the items, you know, which is the rice cooker. Just mix it up. I won't put the olive oil and stuff until I end up putting it on my plate. You know, so what I'm gonna do right now is get a new plate. Okay, and then show you what the food look like. You know what I'm saying? And we still allowed in time. It's only been 24 minutes, so we still have some time before 30 minutes. So all right, the rice is done. That's why you want to start first. So now I flip over the shrimp. You can tell when you want a shrimp because the shrimp will start curling up. It'll start curling up, and also it'll look like that. It'll start curling up. You know what I'm saying? You flip it over to the other side. You know what I'm saying? And then what you could do is mix it all up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all going on one plate anyway. Plus it's all juices anyway. You know what I'm saying? So now what I do is go ahead, get me some rice. That on there. See, I love white rice. Especially when you do it right or whatever. I love white rice. You know what I'm saying? So, rice. So I got a little bit for another plate if I choose to, if I'm not full or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, come over here. Unplug this. Okay. Look at the time. So I'll make sure you guys are seeing that. It's right now it's 26 minutes and 25 seconds. And we already done. You know, everything is done already. You know what I'm saying? It's already done. You know, surf and turf, baby. Surf and turf. You know what I'm saying? Surf and turf. You know? Sounds like it's raining outside. Yep, it is. It's raining outside. All right. So, just want you to see that, man. Okay? You got white rice. Then towards the end, when you think it's almost done, you see the water disappear from the top of the rice. You go ahead and throw your corn on top. Okay? Then after that, you start your steak after like 10 minutes into it. Then you go ahead and start your steak. So now my rice just finished done. My meat's finished done. And my shrimp is done. So the whole point is it all finished basically almost at the same time within a matter of minutes from each other. So now you got a nice, fresh, hot plate. Man, look at that. It looks so good. I know you wish you were in my truck because I know I wish I was in anybody's truck if they were cooking this good. You know what I'm saying? So with all said and done, what I like to do is I get the olive oil, okay? And then what I do is I hold it up against the top where it shows only a little bit of hole on it, okay? And then what I do is I go ahead and pour it on top of the rice, okay? Then that's it. And then what I do is I would go ahead and take some cayenne pepper and throw it on top of some Cajun seasoning and throw on top of the rice, and just a little bit on top of the shrimp and everything, you know. So now I like eating with a spoon, so get a little bit of this. Man, got the shrimp. And some stuff. Oh my god. Oh man. Man, I wish you were here. Man. So that's it, man. It took about 27 minutes or 26 minutes to make this meal. This is how long it took. Less than 30 minutes. Less than 30 minutes. Okay? So I just want to show you that. It took less than 30 minutes. So, like I said, every meal that I'm going to teach you how to cook is going to be under 30 minutes. You don't have to spend that much time. I'm already eating. Some people would still be sitting up here making stuff or whatever. So, with that said, this is Chef for the Truckers. I like to say, make sure you protect yourself when you're out there at all times, man. Make sure you don't catch that COVID. You know, because you don't know how a lot of these other people, they don't like wearing masks sometimes or whatever, right? So just be protective of you, and just remember about your family. You don't want to catch it for them. You don't never want to get home and give it to your babies and all that other stuff or whatever, because your heart will hurt if you end up finding out that you gave COVID to your family. So with that said, man, peace, and I hope that you enjoyed. Give a thumbs up. Do a notification, so when I start doing videos or whatever, I'm doing more and more. I'm starting to get comfortable doing more and more, so you guys will get it, and you guys can see what's the next big thing I cook. All right, you guys have a good evening, and you guys make sure that you guys are being safe out there driving. All right, peace.